Peace and the blessing of Allah be upon you all, my dear students. Second year secondary at the Adli Man National Schools. Said Hassan greets you all. I want you all to follow me now on your students book, Traveler 4, Round Up, or Model 4, Round Up 4 on page 67. Again, follow me on Module 4. Here we go to Round Up, your students book. This exercise on page 67. I think that is our task today. Well, what is the aim of or the goal of our lesson today is to complete the sentences using the words to give or so that it has a similar meaning to the first. Don't use, you can use or you must use between 2 and 5 words, including the words given. Now listen or read the rubric here. Exercise E. Complete the second sentence so that it has a similar meaning to the first. Using the words given, don't change the word given. So the word here to the right, don't change it. You must use between 2 and 5 words, including the word given. To help you guys understand, استخدموا نفس الكلمات ديت في الفراغات وغير ما يلزم. لا تستخدم بس من 2 إلى 5. فكر في معنى الجملة كويس وحاول تشاركني في الحل. Number 1. I was really disappointed that all the shoes I tried on were uncomfortable. Here he gives you the word none. Guys, we studied before the difference between both, neither, all, and none, right? Here we have all the shoes. All the shoes. We use all for more than 2 things, items, or people in affirmative, but we use none also for more than 2 people or things or items, but with a negative meaning. Let's read here. I was really disappointed that I tried on were comfortable. Take care. Here is it uncomfortable, and here is it comfortable. So you will change all to none. So who can answer number 1 now? Read the whole sentence, please. Yes, Anzi?
Uh, None of the shoes.
Read the whole sentence, please, Abdurrahman. I
was really disappointed that none of the shoes I tried on were comfortable.
right. None of the shoes I tried on were comfortable. Thank you, Abdurrahman. Guys, listen carefully to me, please. He said I was following, or you can compare the 2 sentences. I was really disappointed that. Here, all the shoes, we replaced it with none of the shoes. Okay? I tried on were uncomfortable. Here he said were comfortable. Why? Because we give the opposite of it. And you must stick to the same meaning. Don't change the meaning. Has similar meaning. The second sentence has a similar meaning to the first one. Now, let's move to number 2. Mr. Jones thought that both candidates were unsuitable for the job. It has the same idea, but here we are talking about just or only 2 people. Who can answer number 2 now? Use neither, or we can say neither, but right. What do you think about number 2? We need a new participant here. I'm still waiting for your answers. Okay, guys, follow me now because we don't have any answers for this sentence. Guys, this is for sentence number 2. He said, Mr. Jones thought that here we will replace the word both with the word neither. So we say neither, sorry, candidate but complete was suitable. So we say neither candidate was suitable for the job. Here we replaced both with neither candidate was suitable for the job. We replaced unsuitable with suitable to give the same meaning. So that's the right answer now. Neither candidate was suitable. And we mean by candidate is a person who is applying for a job. I'll give you 1 minute to write the answer. Now, Mr. Jones thought that neither candidate was suitable for the job. Sentence number 3. I want a volunteer to read, just to read. محمد الغمدي، محمد خالد. محمد خالد, get ready. Khalid Gandhi, get ready. Okay, there is no answer from Muhammad. Let's take another one. Guys, look at sentence number 3. The journalist reported that every single house, mean by every single house means all the houses, was destroyed by the hurricane. Hurricane is strong storm. Now he gives you the word all. I think I give you the answer now. We said every single house means all the houses, right? So number 3, the journalist reported that we will replace every single house with all the houses. All the houses. Of course, all the houses now change from singular to plural. So you make the verb in plural form. Were destroyed. Guys, the subject here was every single house. This is singular, so we say was destroyed. Was destroyed. But here we change it into all the houses. All the houses now becomes plural, so we say were destroyed. I wish you understood it or you got it. Let's move to sentence 5. Let's take Naif. Naif, can you answer sentence number 4? Okay, maybe no. Abdurrahman.
Yes, teacher.
Would you please read sentence 4?
Uh, I didn't know you just created that. That's we graduated. That's we. I didn't you get your present. If I had known you just created Uh, I would have.
Yes,
I
would
would
have.
have got
Yes, excellent, Abdurrahman. That's right.
you present.
Excellent. Well done. Thank you, Abdurrahman. Thank you. If I had known you just graduated, I would have got you a present. Guys, here the idea is if conditional type 3. If conditional type 3. If I had known, if plus past perfect, had and past participle. If I had known you just graduated, I would have got you a present. When we illustrated this rule, guys, if conditional type 3, I didn't know. It's in the past, so we express something which is impossible to happen because it really finished in the past. So we'd say, if I had known, and we make affirmative negative, and negative becomes affirmative. I didn't know, so you would say, if I had known. We just graduated, here the verb or the second action is didn't get. It's a negative form, so we'll say would have got. Just to remind you about the rule of if conditional type 3. Here we say if conditional type 3. Here is the rule. I will begin with if plus. We say past perfect. What do we mean by past perfect? Had plus past participle, or we call it verb 3, right? And then you complete. For the second part, we will say would plus have plus PB, or what we call past participle or verb 3. You must learn this rule by heart. Now let's move to sentence 5. You didn't get the job because you didn't have the necessary qualifications. Use had. Guys, here you want to express or we use if conditional type 3, the same rule. Who can answer number 5? It's very easy. What do you say? Here's the verb is didn't have. Didn't have in the past. So we will make it past perfect. And it's in negative form, we change it into affirmative. So if you had had the necessary qualifications, you would have got the job. If you had had. Some students may ask me, teacher, how can we say had? Yes. One is the helping verb because of the past perfect, and one is the main verb, is past participle of have. Now, sentence number 6. Emma didn't take her camera with her on the trip, and now she regrets it. Use wishes. Of course, when we use the verb wish or if only to express unreal past. The first thing to consider is to decide whether you refer to present, past, or future. Let's see. Emma didn't take her camera. Didn't take. It's in the past. So when we refer to the past, after wish and if only, we use past perfect. So we will say Emma wishes she had taken her camera with her on the trip. Emma wishes she had taken her camera with her on the trip. Number 7. It would have been better if you had called the plumber. Guys, plumber, it's a back. When you saw the sink was leaking. Sink is where you can wash your hands. Was leaking, leaking. Three. Use only. Here, guys, as we said, when we express unreal past with if only, you have to decide whether you refer to present, future, or past. Here, it would have been better if you had called. So we refer to the past. So we say, if only what you had called, right? If only you had called the plumber when you saw the sink was leaking. Means I wish you had called the plumber when you saw the sink was leaking. The last sentence today and the last question, number 8. When Tom regained consciousness, who can remind me now? We have phrasal verbs with come, and we have the verb come round, which means to regain consciousness. يسترد الوعي. When Tom regained consciousness, the doctor told him that he had fainted. So we say came what? Came round. So when Tom came round, the doctor told him that he had fainted. Guys, do you have any questions? Okay, thank you for your participation and your attention. May Allah protect you all and see you tomorrow. Don't forget to answer your quiz today. It will be available at or from 6 till 11 p.m. Thank you and see you tomorrow. Goodbye.